What up, y'all? Welcome back to Yeah, I Said It, the podcast for all things sports, the podcast for the fans and by the fans. And today, we talking new NFL head coaching hires, AFC and NFC championship games, and you guessed it, America's favorite game. Who's that baller? Next on Yeah, I Said It Sports. Subscribe, y'all. Please subscribe.
Please, like my Frederick Douglass pod.
What up, y'all? Welcome back. What up, family? Welcome back to Yeah, I Said It.
My man, cuz.
The podcast for all things sports. And I got the crew with me today. I got Blair, Brianna, and Darius. What up, y'all?
What it do?
What up, what up?
What up, Bree? What up, y'all? What's going on? We got to get into these NFL coaching hires. I know we go straight into it. So apparently there have been so far 2 coaching hires. It looks like Sean Payton has gotten the new coaching job for the Denver Broncos. As of reports are today, they're still working out compensation because apparently the Saints still has his rights. So
they trade coaches like players because you got to swap something.
Yeah, you got to swap something because
it's very rare though. It's rare, but
very rare, very rare. Yes, and Frank Reich has gotten the head coaching job for the Carolina Panthers. I think we can start right there. Let's start right there. Because we can talk about, because it's still speculating about Sean Payton. We can get into that in a little bit. We're gonna start with Frank Reich as the new head coach of the Carolina Panthers. As y'all know, we didn't address this last week because we had a lot going on. But and the games were just more important to us at that point. So Steve Wilks was the head coach of the Carolina Panthers. He came in as an interim head coach. They traded their best player, Christian McCaffrey, to the 49ers, who you all know is a bad boy. We even seen that Sunday. He a bad dude, man. He's a bad dude. And he took these dudes, albeit in probably the worst conference in the NFL, and almost, they was vying for a playoff spot at the end of the season. These dudes was terrible. They fired the coach. He took them to a 6-6 record, which is amazing because they basically don't even have a quarterback. If we being honest with ourselves at this point. And he did a lot, man. And the players didn't want to see him leave. He basically turned around. He fired coaches that said that, hey, y'all ain't on the same page as me. This is the second time in his career he has coached a team and they fired him after one season. They bring in Frank Reich. Frank Reich, he has been to the playoffs 3 times as a head coach. He has won a Super Bowl with the Eagles. It was at 2017. But he was fired this season by the Indianapolis Colts because his record was 3-5-1. I'm gonna say that again. 3-5-1. And if we all being honest, coming into the season, whether they had Matt Ryan or not, who do we feel had the better team between the Panthers and the Colts? Most of us thought the Colts had a better team.
Colts, yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
Is it? I mean, we got to keep it 1,000 here.
Mm-hmm.
His coaching record as a head coach, he has won 40 games and he has lost 33.
Mm-hmm.
He has been to the playoffs, I think, 2 times or 3 times in his coaching career. I forgot to write that part down, but his playoff record is 1-2. And he failed to make the playoffs the last 2 seasons that he was there. So, How do y'all feel about this hire? Do y'all feel like? Because I've seen a lot of analysts say that this is a good hire, and this is the best thing that they can do, and this is their first offensive mind that they've had as a head coach. Is they always get defensive head coaches, and
That's how they phrase it. That's the phrasing.
Yeah, he's coming home because he was the Carolina's first ever starting quarterback, and he knows all the offense, and he's going to turn it all around.
Guess what? It ain't 1995, and he ain't going out there to start. Who is going to play quarterback?
They still don't have one, which is why I don't understand why Frank Reich.
That was the problem in Indianapolis, bro. I mean, in the end, a lot of stuff imploded in Indianapolis. But that was one of the biggest problems, bro. Like, who's going to play quarterback? It don't matter who you going to have coaching them. Second of all, it doesn't seem like he can pull the spiraling room together as a coach. As a coach, sometimes when stuff ain't going right, especially when you got a team with high expectations, you got to be able to reel these dudes in. It don't seem like he could reel them in, because even with the incompetent quarterback, you were still confident in Indianapolis coming into last year. I do agree with that. And I don't think.
Okay. Never mind. Go ahead.
Oh no, you good?
No, go ahead. Because I was just thinking, like, I don't think they expected Matt Ryan to fall off that cliff like he did. Like, I don't think they expected him to be that bad. But that's all. I got other stuff, but go ahead, bro.
I don't think about that because I had already said, Matt, why did you get Matt Ryan?
There was nobody else available at the time, for real.
Well, let's be. This is my thing. This is the thing that I'm questioning. First of all, his whole time in Indy, he never selected a quarterback. He walked into a Andrew Luck quarterback. But
that's why they hired him, though, bro. Like, I can't hold that against them because they hired him to work with Andrew Luck, and then Andrew Luck. Like, that's specifically why they hired him, was to work with Luck. And then Luck was like, yeah, no, I'm straight. I can't do this. I'm not playing anymore. And he's not. And that's what I don't understand about it, because, like, to me, he's not like this offensive guru guy. Like, he still needs pieces. And if he doesn't have the right pieces, it doesn't look good. Because I feel like that's why Indianapolis was terrible. Everybody thought Indianapolis was just one quarterback away. And if you one quarterback away, you should be able to do stuff. I mean, granted, you're not supposedly, quote unquote, Kyle Shanahan or whatever, but that's essentially the same position Kyle Shanahan is in. Like, all the other positions are good. The quarterback is a question mark. And Frank Reich has shown that ain't who he is. That's just he couldn't do it with a team that was supposed to be better. Like, so I don't know what bringing him into, and they don't have like a high round draft pick or anything like that to be like top 3, top 5 for quarterbacks, and a lot of teams quarterbacks for them.
Let's see, what does Carolina have? They have
a good defense.
A good defense.
And a good run game. Yeah, I guess the running back had a good year after McCaffrey left or whatever. He do run hard. But what he's gonna be able to use his advantage, I guess, is that he's playing in the division he's playing in. The whole division is in shambles right now. Especially except for the Jags, bro. Jags are not in shambles.
Well, right now they have the number 9. They have the 9th overall pick. So theoretically they could trade up to try to get into the quarterback market if they want to.
Oh, you said the Jags. We're talking about the Panthers.
No, the Panthers. The Panthers have the number.
My bad. I'm thinking of the Colts.
No, yeah. The Panthers have the number 9 overall pick right now. So as far as like getting a quarterback, I mean they right there. If you got some trade power there. Yeah, whoever they want. If that guy is CJ Stroud or Bryce Young or whoever
are
it
supposed
is.
to be slated
But think about it.
to come out this year. Like, supposed to be game changing quarterbacks.
None of them top 5 teams trading out so that Carolina would have to get the number 1 pick or number 2, which the number 2 team is who?
The Texans. They're not
Seattle ain't giving up that pick, bro.
They ain't giving that up. They getting a quarterback.
Indianapolis got the number 4 pick, and the Cardinals got the number 3 pick.
The Colts need a quarterback. They ain't giving up that pick either. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know, bro.
What my thing is, first of all, we don't even know. So he lost Andrew Luck, and he decided that he wanted to bring in his boy, Carson Wentz, that he won the Super Bowl with. I can fix him. Went to the owner. I can fix him. I got it. I
don't blame him for that, bro.
I'm just saying. What I'm saying is
how broken somebody is in real life, bro.
Well, I understand that.
He remembers is Carson Wentz that he left in Philadelphia.
I got you. What I'm saying is, even that he coached there for 5 seasons,
something like
we don't know if he can even pick the correct quarterback, because obviously in free agency he can't do that. He's had 3 shots at it. He picked Phillip Rivers. He picked who was it this year? Matt Ryan, and he picked Carson Wentz. All 3 of them, none of them worked out. Carson Wentz at least went to the playoffs.
You assume an old vet is gonna he just wanted him to be steady, bro. Like, I don't think he was looking for anything crazy out of Carson Wentz, Matt Ryan, or other buddy. Like, I think he just, or it was Phillip Rivers. I feel like he thought the 2 vet dudes were gonna come in and at least play similar to what they played the season before. Phillip Rivers pretty much did look the same. He didn't look good. You didn't expect Matt Ryan to look that bad. Phillip Rivers didn't look good, bro. Like, that's why he left San Diego. Like, he didn't look great on his way out of San Diego.
I'm sorry to break the news to you, but you are on the podcast with 2 dudes who said he was not going to look good at all. We definitely said he was not going to look good at all.
Hey, you take a chance on the old head instead of the young dude. I get it. It just didn't work out, bro. I don't know what they do for offense in Carolina. Like, that's the weird thing to me. He doesn't step in with like a ready-made quarterback that just needs like help growing or something. Like, you still in the same situation. You have no quarterback, and you just hope something happens before next season, because they've already Sam Darnold and other buddy ain't it. Unless my man was just terrible. I don't think either one of those dudes are it.
You know what?
They got rid of him in season.
Correct. Also, in a weird way, I feel like the job that Steve Wilks did to end the season kind of puts more pressure on this man to win games. It puts more pressure on him to. Nobody's talking about that at this point. It puts more pressure on him to win games, bro. If Steve Wilks is winning games with Sam Darnold out here, he ain't playing too bad. The players loved him. They wanted to keep him. They said he was a leader. He got him to a 6-6 record, and that's without their best player, bro. That's without their best player. They traded their best player. If he did all of that,
that's tough for me,
bro. First of all, I thought he should have kept the job. They should have just kept. Hey, bro, you got it.
They said the players really wanted him to be the head coach, and I'm like, that's kind of stuff that, like, you don't even give him a shot. Like, and so I guess, if you say the answer is offense, these dudes better be at least in the top 15 in offense this year. You better be in the top half of the league. Otherwise, what are we doing? That's always what they say about why they don't like defensive guys, because they have no offensive blah, blah, blah. And all they know how to do is play defense. They can't scheme this stuff up.
What's going to get you there? Your run game is good, but it ain't gonna get you top. Because if he doing that, if they players like them that bad, you say top 15. I'm thinking top 12.
I say top 15 because like you just better be in the top half of the league. They were in the bottom half of the league in offense last year. If you can't move them to like the middle of the pack with this same team, what are we doing? And you're an offensive guy. My thing is like they always make it seem like what you specialize in is like, you know, they just don't have it. And it's like Bill Belichick is a special teams guy. Not offense, not defense. He likes special teams. He's really good at it. I don't understand. Like he's good at managing a team. You think Bill Belichick is out there running them crazy offenses? Absolutely not, bro. He just gives somebody a chance to not mess it up. Like, dude is good at managing people, which is what your head coach has to be. He doesn't necessarily have to be the greatest offensive mind ever or the greatest defensive mind ever. You just need to know how to get the right people in the right place. And that's kind of where I don't know if Frank Wright can put a staff together like that. Like we haven't seen that where they're better than their sum of their parts indicate. They've been a letdown essentially the entire time he's been there. Except for maybe that first year, I guess.
Listen, they said the man's daughter just took a job with the Panthers right before he got hired on. To me, questionable for me too. But hey, you know, nepotism is out alive and well out here. I'm calling like I see it. You know, nobody else want to say nothing about it. I'm going to say it. You know, she in the marketing department. Then all of a sudden, oh, but that's the head coach. That's great. You know, but everybody making money with the Panthers.
Oh, yeah, his daughter is in the market. She just got in the marketing department.
Just got hired. Full job with the Panthers. Now, she might have got it on her merit. I don't know. But it looks like to me,
I'm not even going to lie to you. If you look at all these, Bill Belichick's son is the defensive coordinator in New England, bro. I'm not even, we ain't even doing that. Like, there's everybody that works in the league that's old enough got their kids working in the league. That's just how it kind of works, bro. Joe Buck dad was a announcer guy. Joe Buck got in there because his dad was in there. It's not a. You know what I mean?
Isn't that interesting?
Hey, their pipeline is slightly different than our pipeline, bro. Like that's just kind of how it
interesting. That's so interesting. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm just saying. But do y'all feel like this was the right way to go though? I personally, I don't think so. I think Steve Wilks should have kept the job.
Honestly, I don't know what he comes in and can do with what they have. If they get a quarterback and that dude becomes great, or maybe he turns Sam Darnold into an actually good quarterback because he was missing was like an offensive minded coach. I don't know.
The thing is, if they're middle of the pack, Steve Wilks pretty much. Oh. My phone died. I'm tripping.
We can definitely still hear you.
We
can't now though. That thing is gone, man. That's a real moment because I was like, "What is going on?"
Yeah, I was like, "Oh,
his
something
phone told him before it kicked out on us. It told him, "I'm done." And we like, "What you talking about, bro? We can still hear you." He like, "Oh, you heard the awe in his voice and everything." Oh, all right, we'll go back to it because I feel bad for the dudes. I hope it works out, but I feel like because they have to feel like their voice wasn't heard. Like, dude, like everybody, if that was really a collective unit saying we want, and then the ownership was still like he wasn't that great, and everybody's like, well, they want an offensive guy, and they look for these, and it makes sense when you say it out loud. But again, if their offense does not immediately improve to me, what's the point? Like, what are we doing?
I agree, man. I agree. I just know I'm gonna keep an eyeball on it because if he come in here and they straight boo-boo.
Before you say that, the thing about his daughter, and you was like, his daughter's there and he miraculously works there now. She was gonna get that job anyway, bro. He was there He was the first quarterback at Carolina. He probably still has organizational ties. They get their kids in them jobs, bro.
Blair, what I'm saying is she's just started working there, correct? That means these negotiations have been going on for quite a while. All I'm saying is, all I'm saying is,
I get you, conspiracy man.
It's very coincidental. Brianna, you feel what you feel? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. She know what I'm saying. These coaching.
I didn't say I don't understand.
I know you know, but I'm saying she saw it. I mean, hey, that sounds fishy to me. You know, it sounds like somebody been contacting some people. So you know, my daughter could be at least in the marketing department. You know, that's all I'm saying. Darius is back, y'all.
I ain't know my phone about that.
Oh, we know.
We saw.
Yeah, we saw. It was a moment.
You on your way out, you're like, oh no, my phone's about to die. You're like, oh no, my phone died. We can still hear you, bro. Then it cut out. So we heard you
and saw you.
Sadness.
See you moving around looking for the charger, like
okay. I was like, cause see on my end, it's just I was talking and then my phone is like shutting down. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? I was trying not to say that. But you know, it be like that.
The question do you feel like they made the right hire? Period.
I don't know. It remains to be seen, bro.
First. I don't know. What I was about to say is if they're just middle of the pack, it seemed like Steve Wilks was
already had him there.
To doing just that. And then
I'm saying if their offensive rating improves to middle of the road, I don't remember what their defense was, but if that stays top 10 or that can be top 10 and their offense can move to middle of the pack, that's improvement. Because they weren't those aren't their stats for this year. I know their offense was in the bottom half and their defense, I think, ended up in like the middle. So maybe between 10 and 20 or something like that. So I'm like, if they can get that to a top 10 offense and a top 10 defense and a top 15 offense, it shows progress.
Mm-hmm. And their defense is young too. So they allow 350 yards in total offense a game. Let me see there.
Oh, I just found it. 19.
Mm-hmm.
They ranked 19 this year.
Yeah. So, I mean, they got some players, man. They got some young players.
What is the offense?
Shit. 27th and back.
Trash, right? So if they break top 15 in offense and top 10 in defense, that's progress.
We're going to see.
I don't know if they're going to do it, but if they do, that's actually winning for them, ain't it?
We'll see. In that conference? Yeah. Mm-hmm. We'll see. That's
if you won the division.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean. I said in that division, I should say. But yeah, moving on. We got to talk about Mr. Sean Payton going to the Denver Broncos. They're still, like I said, they're still working out compensation on Sean Payton, seeing how much they're going to be able to give up. Like I said, last time I looked at it, they said that they were asking for a first-round pick. I'm sure for the most part, everybody knows that Sean Payton is a Super Bowl winning coach. He coached for the Saints for quite a while, man. He's been the coach for the Saints from 2006. 15 years. Yep. 2006 to last year, 2021. His last few years that he had Drew Brees from 2017 on, he's won more than 10 games every season. So 2017, he won 11, 18, 13, 8.
And he won with butt cheeks Drew Brees, bro. When Drew Brees was terrible at the end of his career, they still found a way to pull it out.
Yep. 13, and he won 12 in 2020, and in 2021 he was 9-8. So that's when he decided to hang him up, give himself a year off. Looks like he's going to be coaching the Broncos, man. I mean, the thing of it is, I'm guessing they're bringing Sean Payton in to see what he can do with Russell Wilson, because they ain't moving him. So what are you going to do? Y'all think he's going to be able to fix? I'm going to Bree first because it's her man's. Bree. Is Sean Payton going to be able to fix your boy Russ? Is he going to be good for you in fantasy next year when you get him? How are you feeling?
I don't plan on getting him next year.
I made that mistake, cuz.
If I can help it, I don't plan on making that decision.
Mm-mm.
But I mean, he's a good coach. Russ is a good quarterback who had a really tough year. I hope he can bounce back.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like they need to get him some weapons, man. He got a deep threat. I think KJ Hamlin that they have, I believe that's his name.
So you don't think Sutton and Judy can get it done?
No.
What?
I don't think that they're not that I should say they can get it done. I don't think that they're number ones. I think Judy's the number two. I think he needs to get him a number one receiver. KJ Hamlin is definitely a deep threat slot guy. I think they have depth, but they ain't got that superstar. They need a superstar. I don't know where they're gonna get it. Especially if they have to give up this first round pick to get Sean Payton. Maybe they can trade for D Hop. Maybe they can, you know what I'm saying, they could trade for a receiver. I mean, there's some people out there that they're trying to give up. I see you shake your head, there, but it's possible. You never know. I mean, they can give up something, you know. So if they're able to do that, they get Russ a true one. They get Russ a true one, because I don't think they don't have a true one right now. They get Russ a true one and see what he can do with it, and go from there. I mean, I think that's really their problem. That, and they need a couple more pieces on defense to bolster the defense. They found some young players that can play a little some good football time to time. They're not consistent enough because they're still young, but yeah. I think they could be all right with Sean Payton, man. I think Sean Payton can fix ish Russ. He can cover up some of those flaws that he got. I mean, come on, man. He was working with blind-eyed, scary-legged, Jameis' favorite quarterback, Jameis Winston.
Jameis.
How'd that work out?
He went 9-8 with Jameis.
And he retired.
He was
so
tired.
Good, put the man out of work. Look, man. First, I disagree with you. I think Jerry Jeudy is the number one receiver. Problem ain't receiving.
All right.
Problem is, we have seen the best of Russell Wilson. His best years are behind him.
You think we passed? Okay, so we just passed that gap.
I don't think even Sean Payton be like, oh yeah, Russ played better than he did last year. What's that gonna get you? 9-8?
It might get you 12-5.
It might, but I'm leaning more towards the first thing I said.
You would be. You would be, Kev.
I'm just like, is this the situation? If you Sean Payton, is this what you really want to come back to? Having to fix a quarterback who's probably set in their ways? Because it wasn't like he straight fixed Drew Brees. You know what I'm saying? Drew Brees was I felt like it was the right quarterback meeting the right coach. Because sometimes it got to happen like that. That's usually when they sustain that greatness is like that on both ends. I don't know, man. The Sean Payton kind of offense that we seen in New Orleans. I don't know if that's Russ.
Tough. I couldn't tell you, man. I don't know if we can judge Russ off this year because Nathaniel Hackett was a terrible coach. So I feel like we're going to find out what Russ still is next year. He might be over the hill and be done, and Seattle saw it coming. So they jumped ship earlier and they like, he ain't what you think he is. I don't know. But I do feel like there's a chance that he could still be good, man. Like, I don't know. I don't feel like Sean Payton stuff is so dated that it doesn't work in the league. I do think he needs talent for his stuff to run. And I feel like they have the talent in Denver. They were missing a quarterback, and Russ's year was terrible. But I don't know if that was all Russ or him and Hackett was a bad fit, or it was just a bad game plan. Like, nobody thinks Sean Payton is a bad coach. So, like, if it comes out this year and Russ is super stinky in the first few games, or let's say halfway through the season, the first four is still working through kinks and stuff. So if he's still trash by like the midway point in the season, Russ might just be cooked. But I feel like he needs a chance, bro. I don't know what Nathaniel Hackett was, but to me, he was not a head coach, or he wasn't ready for the opportunity. However, they want to do that guy.
I just feel like the plan imploded on them. It was like, oh, if we secure this guy, we'll get Aaron Rodgers, and they didn't get him.
You think they made the pick for Russ because they was trying to get Aaron and it didn't work out?
I'm talking about Nathaniel Hackett.
Yeah, I'm talking about in Denver. You thought they were trying to get Nathaniel Hackett so Russ would go to Denver? So Aaron would go to Denver?
Mm-hmm.
That could be true, man, but I feel like they gave up way too many resources for Russ for him to be a second choice.
I mean, that's just what it took to get
contract, bro. Like, I don't know.
I feel like they would have gave up the same thing for Aaron Rodgers.
That's my
Aaron
point,
Rodgers
though.
just decided not to go.
Nobody views Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson to be the same quarterback. Like, nobody even thinks of them as the same quarterback.
Technically, they are. Except Aaron Rodgers got a lot more MVPs.
They are not the same quarterback, bro. Nobody remotely thinks of Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers. Chris.
Aside from
I'm not saying nothing.
Aside from the MVPs,
you're telling me you think Russell Wilson different are they? Similar quarterback, similar arm talent.
I'm talking as far as what they've accomplished and what they've done for teams.
Dude, Aaron Rodgers was coming off of 2 MVPs.
I know he also only been to one Super Bowl, and Russell Wilson been to 2.
I totally give you, bro. But career statistics, Russ and Aaron Rodgers ain't remotely the same. I get you saying they're older. I guess that's where you're going, is like they're older but they're not the same quarterback, bro. Like, nobody even views them as the same guy. That's why I'm like,
the same quarterback now. I watched both of them this season. He was the same nigga.
Okay.
Same dude.
All right.
I wasn't saying that I viewed them the same, but I understood. I'm like, I see where you're going with this. I see where he was going. But all I'm going to say is Jerry Jeudy is going to have to prove it to me that he is number one. I've yet to see him to get 1,000 yards. I've yet to see him to get 10 touchdowns in a season. I've yet to see him do these things. He has always either A, gotten hurt, or B,
touchdowns in the season, bro. That ain't always. That ain't always the metric guy. 'Cause
Okay,
that
what
has
about
a lot
yards?
to do.
Does
That has a
yards
lot
matter?
to do with
Does
other
yards
things.
matter? To be a number
The
one,
yards matter.
what do you consider a number one receiver? Like that dude that I'm gonna go to when I need to get a first down, and I can go to you, right?
He is that dude on that team.
And when I own that team, but what I'm saying is, I feel like in order for them to take it to another level, they need to get somebody better than him. I think he a two. I think he'll
Dude,
flourish
he
being a
had
They need
two.
a better
972 yards this year.
Yeah,
They need
He
a
did.
better quarterback.
They
That
need
ain't
a
a
better
thousand.
offensive plan. Their
That's
offense
true.
is
That's fair.
trash, bruh.
That's fair.
Like you
See,
making
now,
this like the thing is Jerry Judy has had 1,000 yards.
no, he has not.
Yeah, he has. I think he had
He's
one
never
last
had
year,
1,000
didn't
yards.
he? Sure.
I'm positive. I'm looking at his stats right now. He's not. I knew it before the season because I picked him for fantasy because I
So
thought he was going to get
this is
1,000
his
yards this
highest
season.
yardage season.
You know
Yeah, this
why?
is how
You know
it's
why?
yours
Because you thought Russell Wilson was gonna play good, and he didn't.
I did not factor in they got the worst head coach in the history of the NFL so far. I did not factor that in, Darius. The man couldn't do anything. He couldn't manage the clock. He didn't know how to sub people in and out. He didn't know how to call in the plays fast enough.
Worst
That's the
Urban
whole
Meyer just
job.
recently, bro. He was not the worst. He was not the
Hey.
worst because Urban Meyer was worse. Urban Meyer was
Blair,
worse than him.
not fair, and not true. Not fair and not true. At least Urban Meyer got the plays in on time. This dude couldn't get the plays in time. He didn't know how to call timeouts. He didn't know how to do nothing. And then
This
told
is-
you he didn't know
this
how to
is-
do it.
This is what I will say about Jerry Judy.
Am I
2021
lying,
he
Brianna?
got
Am I
hurt.
lying?
2021 he got hurt, so he only had 467. 2020, his rookie season, he had 856, averaging 16 and a half yards a catch. That is good. This year, even with the booty quarterback play, he had 972, averaging 14 and a half yards a catch, man. And he had like 300-yard games this year. If Russell Wilson could have at least been consistent,
Not trash,
he'd
bro.
easily
If the
been his way.
offense
I
was
didn't say-
not garbage.
I did not say he was trash. I just said I don't view him as a
No,
number one receiver right now.
I don't know. I righteously don't know what you
But-
consider
but
number one.
What I'm saying is I am going to give him the excuse of you played in a terrible offense with a terrible head coach. Russ didn't look good, and you did put up the numbers that you put up. Fair. I know the talent is there, but I have not seen it. And if I haven't seen it, I can't just give you the number one receiver and that you're going to be that dude. And you in your fourth season, going into your fourth season. There's dudes coming off straight off rookie seasons just doing their damn thing. You just
They
got
also
two.
have
You just
a
had
lot
two
of
of them rip them
A
off
lot of them
2,000
have a
yard
better
seasons as rookies.
situation. They also have a better situation.
Who you think?
But they might
you-
be better. They might be better receivers, bro. Like you talking about Chase and Justin. Those dudes are just better receivers. It ain't but those two in the league.
Chase and Justin, Chris Olave and
They
Garrett
both
Wilson
got
this
more.
year. These dudes is balling. Now, also, like I said, also, you are playing for one of the worst head coaches we've seen. And that's fair. That's a fair assessment. I do believe Jerry Judy can do certain things. I feel what you're saying. I'm looking at it. I'm giving it a fair assessment. Now, if you put him in the right offense and Sean Payton's offense, and he still can't do it, Darius, it's time for you to
let's
go
pull the
ahead and
plug.
move on to
Pull
number
the
2.
plug time
Chris
at that point.
Olave, Chris Olave and Jerry Judy basically had the same stats this year. He's slightly over 1,000, and he caught and
Who
Olave
has
caught
the
two
wait a minute?
touchdowns.
Even with that, who has the better quarterback?
This year it
They
was
had better
Miami.
quarterback play than Denver.
No, he played for the Saints.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
And he
I would technically say the
benefited
Saints apparently
off of
because
the
they probably averaged more points than the Denver Broncos
and he
did.
benefited.
You would
And he
take
benefited off of the fact that Michael Thomas is still hurt. So they're force feeding this nigga.
Is Sean Payton gonna make the difference in Denver? Is he gonna are they gonna make the playoffs next year, Blair? That's what I'm asking. Are they gonna make the playoffs next year? Because they did lose their running back early in the season too. So
all things being equal, bro.
We already the coaching is like 1,000 times better already.
I know. All things being equal, they should make it.
They should, especially if Jerry Jeudy, that dude.
See, why you gotta go to Jerry Jeudy, bro? Like,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Man.
I'm just saying.
He's that guy. They should be a playoff contention team.
Thank you.
They only won what? They won 5 games this year.
Yeah.
That division was a dumpster fire. Everybody thought it was not going to be a dumpster fire, and it turned out to be one of the worst divisions on that side. So they definitely have a chance to come out of that division, bro.
Yeah, I feel like everybody was.
I'm sorry. Is that Kansas City division? That's Kansas City.
Yes.
Division. No.
Yes.
No, they definitely have a chance to make the playoffs. So it might be what it was.
I'm not saying
everybody thought was going to be this year, where everybody thought Kansas City, the Chargers, and the Broncos was gonna make it, and Oakland. Like everybody thought their whole division was going. Look, I feel like there should be a difference. Like there should be. I
think there's going to be a jump.
There should be a difference, bro.
Kansas City and the Chargers making the playoffs again without the Broncos.
What does that automatically mean that the Broncos won't? The Broncos are going to have a booty schedule next year. Like, do we all not agree? They should not have a hard schedule next year.
They're going to have the same quarterback, man. Tell him.
You just out on Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
All right.
But on top of that, even if he play decent, guess what? The Chargers and the Chiefs is light years ahead of them. And the Chargers got Kellen Moore the OC now. Man, come on, bro.
We'll see. You don't know who the OC is in Denver to say that they got a bad one.
Buddy.
And if Buddy name is Sean Payton, they should be fine. I'm not out on Russ like you are.
Coming back.
I'm not saying Russ didn't lose something. I don't think he's that bad, bro. And maybe he was, and maybe Sean Payton will remember what he did well in Seattle and tailor something to that. I think Sean Payton's good enough to tailor something to the quarterback that he has, whatever that is.
I think Sean Payton's good enough is that he's going to ride this for a year and be like, we going to have to get rid of this nigga.
Why you doing my boy like that?
Look, man, everybody ain't built to play till they 40.
I 100% agree with that. That's not a thing that everybody can do. The only problem is most players who play that long have to fall off a cliff for them to stop. They have a reason that they're still playing that long, whatever that reason is, and they usually have to be terrible to quit.
About to see.
Yeah, we'll see. It's gonna be
interesting. Man, if for all that you thought Geno Smith was trash, Chris said they was gonna be the worst team in the NFL. And look at the Seattle Seahawks, bro. So coaching matters. A year matters. It matters.
So if you feel that way, would you bet your money for him to have the same kind of season next year
that he had this year?
Mm-hmm.
No, I would. Would I bet that he would not? Yeah.
No, would you bet the money that he would have at least the same season that he had this year next year?
No, I would assume he's going to have a better season, bro. I would assume that the season would be better. I don't understand.
You think so?
We're going to
look at money on Geno.
Wait. Oh, okay.
Brianna.
So you're not asking me if I put my money on Geno Smith to have a season.
Yeah,
Like that. Oh,
like
yeah. I
at
can see.
least like
Yeah, I can see Gino doing that again.
I don't know, dog.
It's a very. He was very risk averse, bro. Like the reason he couldn't win any games because he don't. They just didn't put him in the position to blow it. Like I don't think Gino does a lot of pressure well. You know what I mean? Like I think he can handle some pressure, but I don't think Gino can handle like superstar quarterback pressure because every time you need him to like be slightly above, just he never that gear
He
ain't
hit
there.
the proverbial wall. Yeah,
That gear ain't there. But that's not his fault. Everybody doesn't have it. So like
Yeah.
I think Gino can be 65, 68% man, middle of the league in percent. Dude, great percentage, middle of the league in yards, middle of the league in touchdown. I think he can do that again. I think that can be done again, bro. I really do.
Would you put your money on it? Brianna, are you putting your money on it?
For him to have a similar season to the one he had this year, would I make a bet in Vegas or in a sportsbook app somewhere?
No.
I would.
Come on, they was talking Gino dark horse MVP at one point.
No, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
You ain't taking
That was fair though. That was fair at that time.
That was only fair in the middle of the season or something, bro. Like he did not compete. That was not a season long narrative. That was not a season long narrative, bro. That was an early season narrative. And everybody like, look at Gino. That ain't the same thing to me. I believe the dude can have a similar season. Is his percentage for completions going to be closer to 70? Probably not. But I believe he can have a similar yards reception season, especially with the dudes on offense getting a year better and him getting a year more into being the starting quarterback. Like, I could see it. Do I ever see Gino being elite? But I can definitely see Gino being super average, which is much better than we originally thought of Gino. We thought Gino was like not a 32 guy at all. Gino's a below a 32 guy, but now he looks like he can be a 32 guy. So, yeah.
He at least top 40.
Top 40. You're right.
Top 40.
Top 40. Got 32 teams. About 8 of them.
I didn't think he was top 40 before.
Yeah.
Nah, top 40 is good, bro. That's like,
top 40 quarterbacks play in the league every year.
You can play till you retire, cuz.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he can kind of repeat it. I don't think he's going to have it. I think like brother said, he can potentially have a better season because they're going to be better,
bro. They're going
to be better if they draft the way that they should be able to draft. Because I think they got like the 9th overall pick from the Broncos, or something like that, or something close to that.
Get a good run game around them, an elite receiver.
They got a top 5 pick from the Broncos, bro.
You don't think DJ Metcalf is an elite receiver?
DK?
No, I do.
Oh, okay.
Another because they got him and Tyler.
Gino could be Russell Wilson.
He is a former first round pick though, y'all. So that's what I'm saying. Like, hey, you never know.
Gino?
Yeah, Gino was a former first round pick. He might have just got with the right coaches at the right time.
You know how I feel about
10 years of being a first round pick, bro. I ain't cutting you that one. Like,
you know how
I can't believe it took 10 years for him to find a quarterback that unlocked him. Nah.
He went to school at West Virginia.
Yeah, another one of them schools don't be putting no quarterbacks in the league. Gino made it though.
Fair assessment. Move it up.
Shout out to Gino.
Shout out. Gino.
Moving on. So the AFC and NFC championship games were this weekend. The NFC championship game was so disappointing. Hurt my soul. It really hurt my soul.
Not disappointing from a foot. It just was a very tough injury riddled day, bro.
It was very, yes.
Like
yes.
I won't say it
It
was
was
bad
like-
football because both defenses played fantastic. They did everything they could do. San Fran defense did everything it could do before it was tied in the second quarter, and
Exactly.
Eagles defense did everything they could do, stay fresh all game. So that's just
Yeah. The way the
tough,
cookie
man.
crumbled.
Yeah, it was just a tough break, man. I feel like this junk happened in San Francisco every year, bro. It's gotta
Every
be
year, somebody cursed the nigga.
somebody gotta have some voodoo on this team, bro. Like
he really sold something for it, cause that's tough, bro. Like he
it's
just can't
always
get the,
injury.
like, and they make it seem like if Shanahan get a quarterback, it's gonna be over for the league. They like he just need one competent quarterback and he gonna set this league on fire. And it just dude been coaching like 15 years. It ain't happened yet. As a head coach, he just can't swing one.
But that was like we were saying, man. It's just no way to prepare for all four of your quarterbacks going down in 1 year, dog. Like, what can you do? Then I ain't acting like Josh Johnson was playing good, but then he go out with the concussion. Oh man.
Bro, give you
Now
the
Christian McCaffrey gotta go out here and quarterback. It's like,
Yeah.
dang, tough.
Yeah, and then we just watched the defense just get worn down, bro. Like they can't be on the field the whole game. Like they were still doing some amazing stuff until they didn't have nothing left, bro. They didn't have nothing left. And that was the thing. I heard one of the analysts, I don't remember who it was. They're like, "Oh, I'm not giving them that excuse. They supposed to have this defense and bro. I don't care what defense you got, who you got on the team. Everybody get tired, bro. Everybody already out there hurt. You know what I'm saying? Playing through broken wrist and fingers, and they got tightening up in their hamstring and calf muscles, and like, bro, these dudes is tired, bro. And then on top of that, you can't breathe because you've been out here running around that whole entire game for about 2.5 hours of this damn 3-hour game, bro. Like, come on, man.
And
you got to be able to.
Should understand, the Eagles should understand. It wasn't so bright on the side of the fence when Gardner Minshew was starting versus Jalen Hurts, and that's just second string. They was already on their third string quarterback.
And then you had your quarterback come in there. He couldn't even throw more than 5 yards, man.
Come on, bro. That's just like, hell yeah, the Phillies defense is going to be good. Half of the playbook has been thrown out because he can't even throw the ball.
He can't even throw the ball.
So, like, what do you expect? Shout out. I mean, it don't take nothing from the Eagles, though. Shout out to Philly, man. Hey.
Yeah, they did that. They did. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Injuries, how healthy you stay and how you battle through the injuries. But sometimes it's just too much, bro. It is just too much to overcome. And that was definitely one of those times where it was just too much to overcome, bro.
And I'm not trying to take anything. Philly looked fantastic.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts did not play well, so
he did not.
Testament to the defense.
You know why?
Like, it just was not.
Like I told y'all, buddy, is still hurt.
Super hurt.
He is, but you know what? When it comes to niggas in their sport, if I can go out there and play, I'm gonna go out there and play. I shouldn't be out there playing, but if I can do it, I'm gonna do it.
So do you?
Unless you got a contract coming up, then you sit your ass down.
Then I'm gonna sit around.
So how do you? This is like a part of his game. So how do you feel about it? What about you, Blair? Because I know you big on you being a runner is a part of your game. And I'm not saying that he does it to Lamar Jackson's length, but he's probably the closest. If you're talking about another running quarterback, I even put it, he runs more than Josh Allen. And I think Josh Allen is another one of, them quarterbacks he used his legs not to get open. This nigga used his legs to run. So
Yeah.
you
When
think
he
about
decides,
Jalen Hurts.
he decides to run. I think Jalen Hurts is gonna make a business decision pretty soon. I don't know when that decision is coming, but at some point he's gonna be like, "Hey, me and these run plays, they're gonna have to be kept to like 5 a game or something, bro. Like we can't.
Something
I'm
gotta
not
go.
running it. I'm not running this like a running back every play. Like that just because that diminishes you as a quarterback over time. And you can be like, I was really good, man. Look at all my running stats, and I threw for some pretty decent throwing numbers. And it's like, yeah, but they still gonna consider you a running quarterback, and they not gonna talk positively of you because that's how they do it.
Yeah, see, this is what I was saying with, hey, when these dudes, well, you know, every running quarterback ain't special, but dudes like Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, they special, and they conform it to what these dudes do well, and that was part of his game, that read
Yeah.
options and all of that good stuff. And like I said, just because a lot of the quarterbacks, and this is the same thing with the quicker linemen, because they got to do all of these pulls and misdirection and stuff like that. It's like it's translating more to the NFL. I ain't saying it's gonna take over because pro style is probably gonna always be the style, just because of the way the game is built. But I feel like it's definitely gonna become a norm.
But I also feel like that's more of a necessity because you feel like you can't do the traditional drop back, protect your guy, pocket quarterback thing. Like nobody wants their quarterback in real life taking that damage. Like that's just not what you want from your quarterback. You want everybody else to take the damage from where they're supposed to take it from. So you don't necessarily think that you're gonna have a problem with getting that part through. Like, yeah, everybody's like, look at how dynamic running quarterbacks is, and Jalen Hurts is this, and everybody's so this, and running quarterbacks makes it so hard. And yeah, it's real 11 on 11 football. But I'm like, yeah, we've been watching football for a long time. And quarterbacks that could move just enough and still dice you up with their arm and their eyes, those dudes are still valuable. And they still have way more value than everybody trying to lead to this whole dual threat quarterback thing. Because that ain't how quarterback's supposed to be, bro. Like you supposed to drop back, serve fades,
I don't think
a running back runs it, you throw it. Like that's how it's supposed to be.
I don't think it's gonna diminish the value of the traditional quarterback more than it's gonna show that these other guys, when you have the special ability to put it together, they're just as valuable. Because just like every dude that's standing in the pocket ain't gonna be a good quarterback. Every dude that's got that good legs on him, hey, he ain't gonna be the best thing either. Do you think Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles walk the line with it better than the Ravens and Lamar Jackson?
Only in regards to the idea that they actually put a great like offense around
Jalen Hurts.
Around Jalen. They never did that for Lamar.
This is true.
And he is bigger than Lamar too.
Is he?
Yeah.
So
not height wise, but like
bigger
than
no, I'm talking about like size, like body mass. He's
again, bro. Here's the issue with the running quarterback thing. The dude hurt his shoulder from running.
Yeah.
Like that's the inherent problem with the running quarterback. And he hurt his throwing shoulder. Because for one, he ain't left-handed. So he ain't leading with his left shoulder for nothing. Like that ain't how it works, bro. And they'll have to reprogram that to take all the damage on the left. But the idea is that maybe you just don't stretch for those extra yards. You stretch when you absolutely have to, but under every other circumstance, you just slide. Instead of getting that first down, you just make it, 3rd and 7 or something, 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 3. The problem is on third downs when dudes run and you trying to stretch it out. It's all the same problem with contact. It's the same thing they don't want for quarterbacks, which is why they're super protected, which goes all out the window when you turn into a running quarterback.
But I feel like with the way that he's built, he more than we've seen other running quarterbacks might be a little more built to take a little more.
So
just because that's what he's always done.
Like size and mobility. Ben Roethlisberger was a big dude, and he ran, and it worked until it didn't, until he got too banged up to do it.
But he was big, but that was like his strength was him being big.
Yeah, he's like Josh Allen. He was fast enough though. Like he didn't just run because he was big.
You wouldn't consider him a running QB though.
But they considered him they didn't consider him a pocket QB either.
No,
he's a mobile, get it done guy, bro.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like Josh Allen, the same thing. Like they're the size of linemen. They like 6'5", 250. Ben is probably bigger than what they wrote down. Josh is like the size of a linebacker, bro.
6'2",
yeah, he's like the size of a linebacker.
Yes.
Jalen Hurts is not the size of any of the largest people on the field, bro. That matters.
But I'm saying he's the size of someone who takes a lot. And I'm not saying that it means just take a bunch of hits, but he's the size like he looks like a running back.
You would say that, except for his shoulder tells you he can't be one.
I feel like that could happen to anybody, but I understand.
That's the problem with running, bro.
No.
At any time.
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
That's my issue with the whole thing.
It's just tough because of the position that you play.
I was going to tell him to turn his camera off.
He don't got time for the shenanigans.
One or the other, bro. He got to go right now, or he's sick of this shit. All this getting cut out anyway, so it don't matter.
Yeah, I was going to go ahead and turn the camera off. Cut this all out.
Cut out anyway, cause it don't.
Cut all this out.
Dang, it was getting good.
Cut all of this
out right now. Lamar Jackson going to the Falcons.
What bad?
Yeah, I didn't want to hear that.
Would you actually be disappointed
you gonna have
if you went to the Falcons?
You gonna have Pro Bowl quarterback Tyler Huntley.
I would just be disappointed because who else we got?
Tyler Huntley.
Honestly, I do. I like Snoop. I do. But Snoop ain't no Lamar Jackson. I like Snoop as a backup quarterback.
You gotta pay the man.
That's the problem.
I do. I want them to pay my man.
The way they built
I told y'all I'll start a GoFundMe. I need my man to get his money. I also need them to give my man a number one wide receiver immediately.
That's
$9 on the dollar line. Give my nigga his number one wide receiver.
It's not the Ravens' DNA, bruh.
They need to make it something. I know our DNA is defense. That's always been us. I get it. I understand. At the time, though, we had decent wide receivers. We had an Anquan Bolden. We had a Torrey Smith. We had good weapons.
Yeah.
We had good enough weapons.
It's just tough, man. Because I feel like our teams are similar, but even back in the days, we kept a wide receiver in the hole now, man.
Yeah, you kept one on. I got it on me. I kept one on.
Got it on me, dog.
Now it's like we don't got nothing. What we got? His
Damn.
number one go-to is our tight end.
Hey,
and I got
he
it.
A hell of a go-to.
My nigga is a great tight end. My nigga is it.
He a hell of a go-to, Mark Andrews.
He almost a Travis Kelce, but he ain't Travis Kelce yet. My nigga is it.
He a little big.
He need help. He is very big. He a big white boy. That's good. He used that to his advantage because they can't take that nigga down. That nigga big as fuck. I'll just let him run. Go ahead and run, bro.
What up, cuz? You good?
Yeah, you looking at us with that face.
I know. We about to go ahead and tell you cut the camera off.
You sure you ain't gotta go?
Nah, I ain't gotta go. I'm good.
Yeah.
What we talking about?
We had done spawned off into deep NFL conversation.
I heard something about Lamar and Mark Andrews. That's
all
about
good.
it. That's
Don't worry
about
about
it.
it.
But
Oh, we gotta talk about this other game. That's
yeah, this other game, the AFC Championship game, man, it was a good one.
Man.
It was a good one.
Mm.
I'ma say
Oh,
this.
Let's go.
For a long, let me just say, while the game was going and it was getting close to the end, I was like, damn, the Bengals is these niggas kryptonite. It's just these niggas can't win. What is happening? Man.
look, man. It was a great game. It was a great game. Me and my brother Chris basically watched this game together. Him being slightly ahead, that's that when you plugged in with your team in the AFC Championship, they give you like that 15 seconds ahead. You like live watching. It was a real good
It was a great
game.
game.
It was just like the stuff that it was like, okay, the Bengals was like, oh, boom, we done got this fixed this year. It just fell apart. You got 3 linemen that got hurt, and now it showed just because Joe Burrow had 5 sacks. I think he had like 12 pressures through 2 picks.
Yeah.
And still, it
Y'all
came down to the same 3 points it done came to in all of the games, bro. But on the other hand, hey, man, we got to stop this, man. Stop comparing niggas to Patrick Mahomes, bro. Stop it. We just got to stop it. Feel like Joy Taylor said it earlier. Hey, when we talking about quarterbacks, don't even include Patrick Mahomes because he off over here somewhere. We talking about everybody else. We ain't talking about Patrick Mahomes. This dude is different. You talking about bum leg, then Juju go out, then McCole Hardman go out, then the running back go out. All he got left is Travis Kelce and everybody created player from Madden in Kansas City. That's all he got left.
That's all he needed was Travis.
And Snead got hurt on like the first defensive possession. So shout out to Frank Clark and that defensive line because them boys played crazy. But my hat's off to the Bengals, man. I just got to say, man, Mike Hilton, sometimes you got to know him to shut the fuck up. Little bit of motivation. That's all it takes. I mean, it wasn't like they wasn't already motivated like shit. I know they wanted to beat the Bengals bad. But it's just like, it's tough when you say shit like that and you lose.
Anything you want to say, Blair?
Oh no, bro. I mean, I can say a lot, but that's not for me, man. I just want to hear what you got to say because you want to say something, which is
No. I'm just gonna speak some truth.
Oh,
okay.
Truth, huh? Okay.
Let's hear the truth. Let's hear the truth.
Okay, I'm not. What Darius said is all true. It's all true. Okay. We lost a very close game, in which we should have won. We should have won. I'm gonna say it again. We should have won.
Okay.
There were injuries on both sides. Period. Point blank. This is the AFC Championship. They laying it all out. They laying it all out. Kansas City know they got to give all they got because if they don't, they losing. They're getting blown out. We giving it all we got because we losing. We getting blown out if we don't. I lost Tyler Boyd. That was a key loss because I needed that third receiver because he was the security blanket in that game. I missed him in the second half. He started to do his thing and then he went out and didn't come back. I needed him on that final drive. I needed him in that whole second half. But a lot of people and a lot of Bengals fans are talking about the officiating. Guys, technically, you are right. Yes, was it a holding on the penalty when he got pushed out of bounds and was a late hit? Yes, it was holding. But goddamn it can be holding on every play. Okay? It can be holding on every play. Yes, it was about 2 or 3 holds on that play, and that's how he got loose. Who gives a good goddamn nigga? We lost. We lost. Yes, it helped him. Yes, he couldn't move, but he got it done. Another thing. We had the ball back with 2 minutes left to go, but there's about 2 minutes left to go. 2 minutes left to go. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Joe Burrow, ice cold Burrow. My man, I understand that they double teaming both of your guys. I understand. Because if they don't, they know they getting burnt. We seen it the whole game. Some of the throws you was making, you shouldn't have been making. Okay? You shouldn't have been throwing them in those double coverage. They telling you, they showing you what they doing. It's up to the other guys to step up and get the job done, and they couldn't do it. We didn't get the job done. I thought the game was over. I ain't gonna lie to you. It wasn't no doubt in my mind. Joe Burrow about to go down this bitch, get the field goal just like last year. We about to walk off in this bitch, and I'm about to be acting a damn fool. But fate allowed it that Patrick Mahomes got out the pocket. He scrambled for the little bit of yards he got, and the young player pushed him out of bounds. Now, I want to address LaShawn McCoy. Okay,
I knew this was coming.
LaShawn, you've never played defense. Shut the fuck up. How is a young man? You talking about he shouldn't do it? Yes, we understand, but this is basically, to let you know, let me let you in on some information because I know my team. He is basically a rookie because he got hurt his rookie season. He tore his ACL. That whole game, that young man was balling. He had the most tackles for loss, most quarterback hurries. They couldn't block him. Okay, he is running to make sure Patrick Mahomes, who has running ability, because he escaped out that pocket just enough to get the first down, and he's running as hard as he can. When he gets there, Patrick Mahomes is out of bounds. Should he have tried to pull up? Yes. But do you know how hard it is to be running as fast as you can, and then when you finally get there, he's out of bounds? He ain't got time to judge if he's out of bounds or not. He just don't. And this is basically a rookie on the field. And he was balling. And he was trying to do something. I agree with you. Yes, he was trying to do too much. But he was doing it the whole game, and it was working out for him. Okay? So, did the penalty win him the game? Yes. Let me address Nick Wright. Oh, you think Patrick Mahomes couldn't get 8 more yards and win the game? Let me tell you something, Nick Wright. No, because he didn't need 8 more yards. He needed more. It would have been a 50-something yard field goal. If the field goal was 50 yards, Buddy was gonna miss. You know why? Because didn't my man come on the broadcast and say that both of the kickers was like beyond 50 yards? We ain't even gonna attempt it today because of how the weather conditions are. Did he not come on the broadcast and say that? Yes, he did. That's why the penalty was substantial, and that's why when he got the personal foul penalty, game was over. I said that to Darius. This game's over now, man. Was I pissed? I was on mute. Hell yeah, I was pissed. I was throwing all types of stuff. I threw my jacket. I threw my hat. I was cursing. I didn't look like that. It would have been more anger. My man would have been red, not the red nose. I was pissed.
Ah! He just threw away my Super Bowl chance again. Damn.
But you know, at the end of the day, like I told Blair, with the injuries and everything that's happened, Patrick Mahomes was injured. He played through it. I have players playing through injuries. That is football, y'all. That is football. Did the referees have a terrible game? Yes, they did. They were having.
I will say though, it was terrible on both sides.
It was terrible on both sides.
It was just bad officiating.
Right. Because a lot of the Bengal fans, you are upset because one, when our quarterback was hit late, y'all didn't call nothing. Right? And he was hit late. But when his quarterback got hit late, they called the flag. And yes, it decided the game. I don't care what anybody say, trying to say it didn't. Oh, he could have got 8 yards. Do you know how many seconds was left on the game? He had to get those 8 yards, and then he got to spike it. It normally takes, it was like 8 seconds left. It normally takes 7 seconds to do a play. So you mean to tell me if he got tackled, that play happens and he gets tackled inbounds, the game is over.
If he step out of bounds, though,
if he steps out,
you don't see Tom Brady throw a 6-yard out. And then
those are all things, but the 6 yards win you the game. I don't think so. Not on that day in that field. Possibly
only because Buddy Kick would have been good for about 5 more.
But he got 15 more.
If they gain 6, 5, that's 11. Hey, we in that.
He would have been show. We would have been in overtime.
I don't know.
You can't say that. You can't say that definitively either, bro.
Yeah, you can't say that definitively either. But
all
in all,
it could have went either way.
Your dude to be like, it was a penalty that cost him the game. They just some poor placements at the end of the game, bro. It just happens.
Yeah, the biggest thing is I agree with Chris. The Bengals got the ball back in the perfect situation. The Chiefs punted. It's 2.5 minutes left. Joe Burrow, you gotta go down there. You gotta Joe Burrow that thing, bro. Hey, everything that you've been showing us in the past 2 years, this is your opportunity. Boom. He couldn't get it done. And Patrick Mahomes just ended up getting it done. It was a great game, man. It was a great game. Biggest thing I think now is the Bengals window is not closed. They just at a crossroads with some stuff. Got Joe Burrow contract definitely gonna get restructured. What do we do about Joe Mixon, who averaged 2.6 yards a carry? You got T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd. You got Mike Hilton. It's a lot going on over there. So
it's a lot going on. And another reason why we lost the game. The offensive line.
Yeah.
They did not perform well.
But
in the second half, they did. They played much better in the second half. But in the first half,
mad at them, bro?
Can I be mad at them? I can be, but am I? No, I'm not mad at them. They did exactly what I pretty much expected of them. The interior line just was not good enough. Just wasn't. And it is what it is. What was he sacked 5 times in the first half? 5 times in the first half. We were without 3 offensive linemen. Okay. We need depth on the offensive line. But with that said, you are right. We do have to pay some people. Some people do got to get paid. T. Higgins need to get paid. Joe Burrow needs to get paid. Chase is about to come up. He needs to get paid. Mike Hilton wants to probably get paid.
That's the thing.
Yeah, they need to keep a nice amount of people. But with that being said, also though, with that being said, you need to get the offensive line all the way right. If the offensive line gets all the way right, nobody really wants to see you. And the only 2 teams at this point in time in the AFC, it's them 2 teams, and everybody else is chasing.
This is what it is for me. At this point, this was the window that the Bengals had. Like, okay, we could have everything. We could have Kate and Edith too. Like right here, right now. Defense is straight, stupid, offensive firepower. Now something is gonna have to suffer so that something else can benefit.
Correct.
And more than likely, it's gonna be like, oh, the offense is gonna benefit because we gotta pay Burrow. We got to keep Chase. But how much do you got to pay your offensive line when you know both of these dudes ain't just going to be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to just take this huge discount.
No,
Joe
they're not
Burrow
going to
going
do
to
that.
get like an 8-year contract, I think, 8-9 year contract. And Chase is
you
going
think they're going to try to Patrick Mahomes' deal?
Yeah.
That I think they're gonna give him whatever he wants.
Like,
you think he's gonna accept
like, I ain't saying that
Patrick Mahomes
he done did Patrick Mahomes like things, but I am saying that I do believe that he's one of these quarterbacks that we could be like, hey, yeah, he gonna be here for a while. Mahomes, Herbert, Allen, then Lamar Jackson. I feel like he fits in that, that class of guys or whatever. But it's just gonna be like, that's what make it tough, bro. When these teams have all these good players, they never get to keep them all around. Unless it's just on like one side of the ball. Like even with the Ravens, like their defense was fantastic. Their offense left a lot to be desired, but their defense was that good. Can you make the offense that good just to where, or we just gonna put 40 on everybody and it ain't gonna matter? Because you gotta give it up somewhere.
We have some decisions to make. They have drafted very well on defense. That's why all those dudes that's on defense that people don't like, well, we don't know who this dude really is. They're not superstars, but they are very good. Jermaine Pratt, very good.
Guess what?
At the end of the day, I do got to address that. I do got to address what he said going to the locker room too. When he said, like, bro, why you touch the quarterback? This is my last year, blah, 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 blah. Bruh, it's a football game, bro. It's emotional. Them fools been saying, listen, first of all, I'm pretty damn sure he didn't know he was on camera when he was saying that. And he walked into the locker room and he pissed off and he lashed out because he done gave everything he got today. He done gave it all. And he know if we just go to overtime, I can give Joe Burrow another shot. He thinking the same way that the Kansas City Chiefs is thinking. If we don't get this amount of yards that we need, we go into overtime and I can give Patrick another shot. It is what it is. I'm not mad at him for saying what he said. Oh, that's trash. And I seen Michael Parsons come out and he said, oh, this is trash, blah, 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 blah. Is it as trash as you suggesting that y'all need to get a rookie quarterback? Michael? Better watch your mouth, boy, because you done said some stuff that we be like, hey, bro, that's not cool. You just said it. So
the media is just gonna do what the media do. Worst stuff gets said between the lines every Sunday, every Sunday.
Every practice.
Come on, man. Every time somebody blows an assignment, somebody goes off. Facts. Anytime anybody blow an assignment, when you see a receiver wide open, I'm sure on camera you can find a DB on the other side of the field like, I can't believe this. Just blew the coverage. Like if he had a mic on, you would hear him say, I can't believe this nigga. Like, it's cool, man. So, like, bruh, it's just a part of the game. Like,
now, why are you mad at Buddy for saying why you touch him?
That's because
I don't know why. I don't know why
everybody else is saying the same thing. That like we're debating right now that yes, that was not a smart play. We all agree that momentum and all of that stuff comes into account. But we're all saying like, bruh, yeah, you can't make that play.
You can't make that
play. Basically saying the same thing. You can't do that. You can't do that. And he's
Yeah,
right.
but Chris said you like talking to Buddy straight up like he did or said something crazy because he
No. I'm not mad at him saying
Oh.
it. I'm saying that it's football. People are emotional.
Oh,
He
yeah.
just saying it. He don't know that the camera's on him. He just saying it, out of frustration. Like, God damn, like this for him, he feels like this is his last shot because he want a big boy contract. You know what I'm saying? So he's saying like, this is my last year. I know I'm not gonna get the big boy money from them because they gotta pay Joe, they gotta pay T. They're not gonna pay me. I'm down on the totem pole. When I know I'm gonna get more money from somewhere else, this is my last year. I love y'all. I want to get this championship just as much as anybody. Damn. That and then on top of that, if they go to the Super Bowl and they win it, now he's a starting linebacker on a Super Bowl team.
Yeah.
Which generates more money for him. That's all things he's thinking in his head. Like we all know. That's what he's thinking, but also he's just frustrated because it's football. He emotional. And that's okay. And he came out and he apologized afterwards. All I'm saying is all the people acting like they ain't said stuff like that, going to the locker room or saying it in private to somebody. That's bullshit. Emmanuel Acho like, oh, that's trash. Bruh, I know you don't say some trash ass shit in the locker room to somebody that done made a mistake. Come on, bruh. I don't believe that.
Nigga, okay, so
maybe not. Maybe not. But you done heard somebody say some trash ass shit. I'm sure,
like those dudes probably say all of them said something. But the way, like, so Acho looks like the type of dude that's like he trying to get along, go along. And he loved football, but he was more of like a smiley, jokey guy. You know what I mean? Like, some football guys are funny, real happy, smile a lot. And some of them dudes is a little more angry and serious about what they're doing. I don't think he should have said it was unnecessary because I'm like, the dude he's emotional. I can't, like, bro, this is the last game of the season. I ain't got to big up you on brother mode no more. Like, I ain't got to do that no more. I can be mad at you, bro. Like, it's a thing.
Guess what? We're going to call it passion. Because when Tom Brady broke the goddamn shit, it was passion. She was frustrated. Fuck it. Tom Brady go cuss out the whole damn offensive line. They play it most of the time back on TV. Like, look at them getting them fired up. And you can see him saying, no, fucking get your shit together. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? So, hey, it's a part of the game. He wanted to win. I'm not mad at him for that.
He wanted to win, and he knew all the situations of why what that moment was. The dude who's the rookie doesn't fully understand because he's still coming out of college mode. They do dumb stuff, bro.
And like Chris said, he was having such a crazy game. He's been doing everything that he can do. Now he's like, oh, this man is on one leg, scrambling for the first down.
He shoved him knowing he was out of bounds. That was not an accident. Like, he shoved him.
No.
If you look at it at real speed, though, bro, that's really hard. That's Chris. Really hard. I want you to run full speed and stop for me 2 minutes.
Hey, Chris.
That's almost
what does stopping? For one, so to go with what you just said, what does stopping have to do with putting your arms out? You stop with your legs, not your arms, bro. He didn't brace. He didn't brace on Patrick Mahomes. He shoved him in the back, Chris.
But Blair,
they weren't close enough that he needed to push him to slow himself down. Right?
Correct.
Right? Let's start there. Mm-hmm. All right. The point of a football helmet is to protect your head and let you see out your eyeballs. Dude is a linebacker. He sees gaps, A's, and what is he?
He's a defensive lineman.
Okay, even better. That dude knows gaps. He knows bodies. He can see everything. The white line stripe on the outside is huge. Nobody misses that as they run toward it. I don't care who eyeballs you look at. I don't care who you're chasing out of bounds. Once you knew you were out of bounds, bro, he pushed him because he put all that work into it. We all know what that was because he tried really hard to get there. And by the time he get there, he like, I'm putting my hands on you. It's required. I just had to do all this work to chase you down because he chased him down. I had to do all this work to chase you down and all this stuff. I'm putting my hands on you. He did it like they all do it. He got caught. It's not like dudes don't shove dudes out of bounds all the time. But it was mad egregious for what he did, and him stopping had nothing to do with him shoving him.
What I will say is, yes, he committed the foul. Do I think it was like some crazy? Now, he pushed him. Like, clearly he pushed him. Like, there's no way around that. Two things can be true. Clearly he pushed him. Like, it's a foul. But you know how some fouls be different. They have the same outcome, but some fouls be different. I can go out here, an Ndamukong Suh foul is different from somebody else's foul. You know what I'm saying?
You mean what, with history? Like a history thing? Okay.
So I can attribute a lot of his to, I would say more, instead of malicious intent, is lack of situational awareness. If you see what I'm saying, like in this moment, you just gotta realize that if this is the first quarter, okay, but in this moment, you just gotta realize that.
That's my point.
Yeah, you can't do it.
He made it a point. By the time he got there, he like, dude, y'all done played football. You done chased somebody really hard before, man, and you like nobody wants to run an entire play in football and not touch a soul. Like, you ain't trying to go whoo and you just chase some dude, and then right before you get there, you got to go whoo, and then it's off. It was too much into that moment. He literally didn't have to shove him. That was not necessary, and you know it wasn't necessary, Chris. Everybody knew.
I didn't say it was necessary.
You could see where he was angling for the line, bro.
Saying that is necessary.
I'm not saying that it was necessary.
Taking the speed off thing does not require you to put your hands out, Chris.
Blair, what I'm telling you, when he gets there, he is still in bounds. When he is there, when he's in range to push him, he is still in bounds. They're both in bounds still.
No, he's not, bro.
Yeah, he is.
No,
and then Patrick makes a step. You're looking at it in the slow-mo. In fast motion, yes, he's still out of bounds, but yes, he put his hands out.
But
when he gets there, they're both in bounds.
He knew where he was aiming on the line, bro. You make it seem as if he couldn't have known they were out of bounds. You know, this dude plays football. He don't know where his body is in space.
I do think with Patrick running hard and Buddy running hard, when he touches him, momentum do got a lot to do with it. But that's why I'm like, bro, this situational awareness. In this one, you just gotta tumble out of bounds and fucking tuck and roll.
Don't touch him. If he wouldn't have touched him and rolled into him, nothing would have happened.
Because with the way that they were going,
of the arms, bro.
With how fast they going, even if it wasn't a shove, when him touching him with that momentum, that shit was gonna look like that regardless.
Yes. Because at the same time, he hurt himself on the same damn
leg. I saw that. I saw him grab that knee after all that happened, but that's after
he can't stop.
That's after he tumbled into. They were moving incredibly fast, Chris. But you know what happens when two lines cross at different times? They don't touch each other. They weren't going the same speed, bro. They were both pulling up because he was out. He pushed him because he was pissed because he chased him that long, and he made it to where he didn't want him to make it to. And he just shoved him. He shoved him out of not paying attention to the situation and being like, I didn't chase this dude. I'm shoving this dude. You didn't shove somebody unnecessarily before. You know exactly what goes through
I know what you're saying
when they do it, bro.
I know what you're saying, but I just disagree with that point.
You just think it was all momentum and he just couldn't take it off.
I don't think necessarily.
Did he have to
I don't think he was even thinking
on his back. Even if
I don't even think
momentum, Chris. Did he have to put two hands?
I don't think he even thought that he was going to get the personal foul penalty. I don't think he was even thinking like that. I think he was just like, I'm playing hard. I'm going all out.
I don't
know he got there and he made a mistake.
Foul when they do it, they still do it.
I don't think he was like, oh, I'm gonna just put hands on him because, I done made it here and he's still out of bounds. I think it was more once he's making that sprint, I think he just got tunnel vision, bro. Like, I gotta get here. Like, I feel like all of that is going through his head. I gotta get here maybe, oh, it's only 4 yards. Oh, he on a bum leg. He can't beat me here. And then he just like tunnels in on that shit. And then it's like, that's where, but that's like in that point when you on the biggest stage in the biggest game, you just gotta have that situational awareness. You just left him for just that moment. But shit, that's all it takes, bro. That's all it takes.
Yes, yes.
No
And I
hard
did see
feelings.
the
It was a good game.
I did see the interview because after you see him on that sideline, he crying by himself, and somebody came back to get him. Like, bro, you got to go to the locker room, bro. Like, you got to pick your head up, go to the locker room, and then my boy's still there with him for the interview because he was messed up, bro. He was really like he knew he fucked up. He knew he fucked up.
There's no way. Like, there's nothing he can say.
Yeah.
Like,
There's nothing he can say.
He ain't gonna be the last.
He owned it. He owned it. He's going to be a good player because he's going to be a good player. I've seen definitely a lot of promise in him. He played great that game. This is finally like the
he
first
made a
4
lot
years
more
he
good
played.
plays than bad plays.
Yeah, you gonna make some dumb plays. You're gonna make some great plays. You just like he said, you're gonna have to learn from them. And this is just a learning moment. It just so happens yours happened on national TV with millions of people are watching, and it was a critical point in the game, the most critical point in the game. It was the worst time to make the worst play of your career, and yet you made it. Okay,
and see, now
it happens, but hopefully he learns from it, becomes a great player. Hey, hopefully he's able to win a Super Bowl with it to make up for it.
Yeah.
But they ain't gonna never let the man live that down, bro.
That's the difference between being
true.
Shere Khan and this nigga right here. I love it. I love it. Hey, my AFC North brethren, I got a chair for you right next to me, my friend. Just bring something to the party, because we ain't going. It's all right, man. It's all right.
It is not all right.
It is all right. It is all right.
It is not all right.
I seen you wipe the sad tear away. It's okay. It's not all right because I am not happy with the outcome. But it's football, man. I gotta swallow that shit. As a Bengals fan, all the Bengals fans are talking about how the ref cheated us and all that shit. Okay, some of your complaints are valid. Yes, true indeed. But it is also true that we lost. We lost in a great game. We lost the same way they lost last year. And all the other 3 games they played, we won by 3 in all those games. We lost by 3 in this game. And like they said after the game, Patrick Mahomes said, "Woo! See you next time. Great game. We have a whole lot more of these to go." Shook hands. He said, "All right." Joe Burrow said, "All right, man, go win it." He said, "Will do." And they left the field. It is what it is, y'all. We'll be back. But you can't say for sure because neither can Patrick. Now we got to go for the Super Bowl. You'll get those picks next week. It's going to be interesting. I don't think
But it is time for Who's That Baller? I have one. Hopefully we have not done this yet.
Ain't that funny that he don't know which ones we've done? Like, he didn't write it down.
I mean, we've done a lot of them, but I don't know if we've done this one yet. I feel like we have, but we're going to find out.
Theo Rattler.
So, no, it's not Theo Rattler. This baller, for Who's That Baller? This baller.
Does he do pick Theo?
This baller is a football player. He played in the NFL. He played from, give me 1 second here because I just had it. Where did it go?
You just said NFL Europe. I'd have got worried now. Like
not NFL. Not NFL Europe.
No.
Not NFL Europe. Hold on, where did my what's name go? There we go. Here we go. I'm gonna find it now. All right. So this player Played in the NFL. He played from 2001
Mm.
2016.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
He is a 5-time Pro Bowler.
Okay.
He played on 2 different teams. Okay. Played on 2 different teams. He was a 3rd round pick. He's a very well-known player. He's a 5-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro. Okay. In 2005, he led the league in receptions, receiving yards, and receiving touchdowns. All right. He is not currently in the Hall of Fame. He is number 8 all time in yards, receiving yards. His best season also was in 2005, where he had 1,500 yards catching, 12 TDs. He averaged 15.2 yards per catch. Who am I?
Reggie Wayne.
I ain't gonna lie. I was thinking that, Blair. Dang. Yeah, I'm glad you said it was wrong because I was thinking Reggie Wayne.
So fast.
What year did he say he? What year did he come into the league?
2001 to
2001.
2016 or something like that.
To 2000 what?
2001 to 2016. Dang, I was thinking Reggie
Not
Wayne.
Reggie Wayne.
It is not.
They said he got any. He don't got no Super Bowl.
He didn't say any Super Bowls. He a 5-time Pro Bowler
Okay.
Played for 2 teams.
and played for 2 teams. Nah, he came after that. No, he came a little bit before that. Fuck. No, he came before that. Wasn't him?
It's a wide receiver.
Either that or a tight end. Because he led the league in receiving yards. He was like his best season was 05.
Oh God. And he came in 2001.
Dang, I think my boy was gone by then.
Couldn't have been Larry because Larry played for like 20 years.
And he only played for 1 team.
Arizona, right? You talking about Larry Fitzgerald?
Mm-hmm.
Marvin Harris? No, it ain't Marvin Harrison.
It ain't when he came before that.
Yeah, I know. Well, he was in the
Tony
90s.
Gonzalez?
Ooh.
But he only played for one. He only played for one.
Nah, he came in the late 92. 2001. I got a couple names I want to say, but I don't know. I guess I gotta wait for Chris to come back now. I got a couple names I want to say. Five-time Pro Bowler.
He came in the league in 2001 to 2016. Oh, I think I got it.
Feel like I got it too.
I think I got it.
You're not.
What's y'all motherfucking guessing? Goddamn.
We group guess.
What y'all group
Yeah.
guessing?
No. They have other because I already made my guess, so y'all got an individual, but they do have the same idea. So I guess
Yeah.
I guess those two are a group. So yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay. So what was your guesses, Blair?
Oh, my guess was what did I say?
Reggie Wayne.
Reggie Wayne.
No.
And then my other guess is I won't take their guesses. So my other guess is Andre Johnson.
No.
Okay.
That's a good guess, though. It's a good guess. So you two, what did you guys group guess?
So the same we have. He has a different person, but the same person that we have is Steve Smith.
That
He
is
has a different
correct.
person.
That is correct. It was
Yeah.
Steve Smith. It was
Yeah.
Steve Smith.
That sound right.
I didn't
My
know if we
other-
had done him before or not. And I was like, I don't think so.
I
Let
don't
me go
think
ahead.
so.
I don't
Let's
Let's
think
go ahead
so.
and rock with Steve. I'm gonna rock with Steve. But yeah, that nigga 8th all time in receiving yards. That's crazy.
yeah.
That's big time shit. Who did you have, Brianna? For your who's that baller? No, I'm talking about yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
This is a basketballer.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He was drafted in 2002.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
He last played in 2009.
Oh.
02 to 09. Okay.
He has a NCAA championship one.
Oh.
He is the NCAA Final Four most outstanding player,
Okay.
Oh.
a first team All American, and a third team All American.
He ain't no accolades in the NBA.
You do nothing in the
No.
league.
No.
I think I know who this
Chris
is,
Duhon.
guys.
I might know. Who you said?
Chris Duhon.
Oh, I was thinking that.
No.
No, guys, no. So he played from 02 to 09. Let me think.
I was
Let's think
thinking
about
that,
this.
Blair. Oh, you dirty.
I hate these
Mhm.
years, so because
Uh,
I hate these years. I don't really have a
Hold
dang,
on.
did he get drafted?
Yeah, did he get drafted first round?
No.
No.
I'm trying to think.
He didn't get drafted first round?
I'm trying to think if this dude got drafted at all.
Yeah, he well,
No,
I guess
not
he could
Chris
play his
Duhon.
way.
No, I'm talking about the
Yeah, the
person.
dude, the
He-
guy.
The person. The person.
No, I'm thinking
Oh.
is the person that I'm thinking. Did he get drafted into the league?
The person did get drafted.
Is it
Dixon.
What was it?
Juan Dixon.
he said one.
Juan Dixon.
That boy good. That boy good, boy. I'm trying to tell you. I'm out here now. I'm
Yeah,
out
you gotta
here.
go with the
Yeah.
Maryland.
Maryland campus, nigga.
I was just about to, because if it wasn't him, I was gonna say like Jay Williams or something like that. And I was like, who is it? And
I'm
then you
like,
said,
damn.
No,
He
Jay
wasn't a
Will
first-
got drafted. He just hurt himself.
right.
Mhm.
And that's why I was like, nah, it ain't Jay. When she said that, I was like, I don't know. I didn't know. me think on this.
See, I had a thing for the Maryland Terrapins back then, that 2002 championship, boy. Yeah.
Okay.
He's going damn Juan Dixon. That's crazy.
Whoa.
Blair was like,
Hey, I did, bro. I had liked them boys, man.
They're my boys. I like the Maryland Terps.
Them
but
Terrapins now.
I guess thank y'all for hanging in there with me, man. Continue to like, share, and subscribe. We'll hit y'all next week where we're gonna give y'all more explosive and great content.
Explosive.
We out. Deuce.
Peace.
Peace.
Bengals forever, baby! Yeah.
Boom.